And hello to all my Virgo friends. I'd like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent, and today I'll be doing your free psychic tarot reading for December 2021. Now, today they've dialed up for you a storyline spread. It is a very large spread, a scatter shot across all the different Virgos. That way we get a story that's right for you. There's going to be 2, 3, 4, sometimes 5 different stories here, sometimes 6 if they're really chatty. And basically it's all about finding the story that's right for you. It allows me to be very accurate in a general reading. It's like a bunch of readings within one. And basically, sometimes people have told me that multiple stories do resonate with them, and that's okay if it does, but it's really all about finding the one. So please stick around. If the first few don't make sense, one of them is really supposed to be all about you. So that's what it's all about. They've asked that I conclude your reading with a messages from heaven spread also. Very rare, and they don't ask me to do that very often. So interesting that we have a deceased male coming through that wants to say something to you. This would be a deceased loved one for a lot of you. And, you know, the message is going to be done by spirit in a way that this will make sense to a lot of people. I don't know how they do it. I just am appreciative that they do. So we're going to get started. I'm going to jump right into it. The cards are already shuffled. I do that ahead of time to save time. What I'm going to do now is bring you in so you can watch. There we go. What I'm doing now, I like to do on camera. They are my ritual cuts. Cuts the decks into 3 different pieces, puts it back together in a separate order, and that satisfies the ritual aspect of tarot. Same procedure as if you were getting a personal private reading. And then they're ready to go. Oop, jump that one. Here we go. Virgo, storyline spread. I start this with 5 cards and then I expand out as necessary. That one's close. Should I go with that? I'm going to do one more. Okay. So that's going to be our group where we end with the main thing. This is exactly what I want you to see. We have 3 upright, 3 inverts, so it's good to read as it is. Now I just need to get the pairings together. We're going to have 3 different stories. It's going to look like this before I add the cards. So now I'm going to add some cards to it. See what they're talking about. I'm going to adjust this to get on camera better in just a minute. Just rechecking my inverts here because I just threw a bunch of them. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 6, 12. 8 out of 12. I'm going to give them a discard. Okay, they want to leave it the way it is, so that's what we're going to do. Now I need an angel card for every story. And like I said, I'm going to adjust this so you can see it better also. This is kind of the difficult one to see here. Something like that. That's going to be the best we're going to do for Virgo storyline. Let's get to it because we got to save time for your messages from heaven. So let's get into that. All right, Virgo. Make some room for myself. First thing they want to talk about is a message coming in that's later in the month, later in December. Storyline number 1, this is a late message. This is not coming in right now. This is a very complete here. They're saying the money is not complete right now. This money is going to start getting complete toward the end of the month. This is going to get wrapped up. I have the World card. That usually means completion. Things getting wrapped up. The T's getting crossed and the I's getting dotted. It's just a very closure type vibe. For a lot of you, this is financial. And the message is coming in later in the month, so it's not going to happen early. This is something that's coming later financially for a lot of my Virgos. They want you to be courageous here. They want you to hold true to your beliefs, defend yourself, not waver. This is really kind of, you just got to go through this course. Whatever is going on financially here for you in storyline number 1, whatever needs completion, it shows that it is completing. It's just a matter of time until it pops in. And they're letting me know that at the end of December is really the financial trigger here. So this is going to be probably right around Christmas, perhaps after Christmas also comes up. For some of you, this may even eke into January, but for the most part, it's probably going to be December for the most of my Virgo audience. Because it's a December reading, and that's what they wanted to present it as. So it's popping in December. It's just not necessarily fulfilling itself completely in December. This may take some time, but we have money being blocked and at some point this money is going to get unblocked, and I have a big chunk of it coming in when that happens. So in the meantime, be courageous, be strong, and do what you got to do in the meanwhile. That's really what they show here in storyline number 1. Good time to tell you too that this is a general reading. These are the Virgo energy here. You guys are wonderful. You do a fabulous job with the likes and the views every single month. You're one of my greatest signs. At the same time, there's a lot of Virgos tuning in. We have a big Virgo bubble energy here that we're working with. If you're looking for messages that are personal, private, and specific only to you, I do offer those on my website, scottsagent.com, and a wide variety of different services too, starting from the very simple all the way up to full service. And the best part about them all is that they're all personalized. There is no Virgo bubble energy with my services, my personal services. So let's get into storyline number 2. Storyline number 2, Virgo here. This is completely blocked out. Let's see why. They're talking about inaction in the love corner here. There is a relationship with somebody that is just either upside down. It's just kind of not really kicking good. For a lot of you, this is going to be outside of your immediate group. So this is either like a friend of yours, or this is like a sibling or something like that. Factors involved there is it's coming in action in the love corner. This may not even be your corner. It likely is. I mean, this is a Virgo reading, but at the same time, this can eke in because you care about more people than just yourself. And when that happens, the energies can kind of merge. That's what they show here. They show that this could very likely be siblings that's going on here, and that have inaction going in on their love corner too. Or they're saying that it's just time not to make any drastic changes in your love corner. Kind of keep things the way they are right now. Maybe slow play it a little bit here. We have easy money or easy growth here coming in. It's an interesting message. So I don't think that this is like a struggle type of thing. This may be an emotional struggle more so than anything else. I have cups and I have cups, and cups are a very emotional suit. So this is an emotional attachment, and that is why you Virgos are feeling this very deeply. They're saying that it's perhaps not really the time to go through with it though. We have an inaction in cups. Let's see what else with that. With the easy flowing money, it's very easy to get sucked into this too. I think that's really where they're going with this. It's really easy to get sucked into it. You don't want to undo the hard work that you've done in your love corner by doing anything like that's too easy, or that's, kind of like cheating type, like it's just so easy. It's just right there. All you got to do is like grab it, but there's consequences to it. So that's kind of the thing there. They're letting you know that you are safe here. You're extremely higher. You're protected against the lower entities here, the lower energies, and you and your loved ones are guarded here and very safe. That's what comes up here in story number 2. So they're telling me that a lot of you have been worrying about something like this, or you feel unsafe. They're coming in and telling you, no, you're actually quite safe, and you're fine. Like, you're fine the way things are. You have the protection there, whether you notice it or not. So that's what comes up there for story 2. Very interesting story there. I got to tell you, that's an interesting one. A little bit weird, but that's what happens in general readings. I got to give it to you all, just in case. Before I get into story 3, I want to go over the moon cycles, because that's going to line up to, quite a bit here. And I like to give you guys the forecast of that every single month so you know what's coming. We have the new moon coming in on December the 4th. That's the best time to bring anything new into your life, to manifest it in. It doesn't matter if it's new love, new job, new health, new money, whatever it is for you specifically. The beginning of the month here in December, the best time to do it. Doesn't have to be on the 4th, but just really concentrate on those kind of things at the beginning of the month. Also the end of the month, because we get the new moon energy from January eking into the end of December. What you want to stay away from is the middle of the month. That is the full moon energy. That is the adverse energy of the new moon. That's rolling through on December 18th. And when that happens, you can use that to your benefit too. It's just different. That's the garbage truck of the universe. So that's when you want to get something out of your life. Get it out, get it gone, so that you don't have to worry about it anymore. Could be people for some of you. Also, wrapping things up, emotional baggage. Also, getting rid of old habits or stuff. Basically like purging type energies. Any of that kind of stuff, much better placed in the middle of December. It'll help stick more, using the lunar energies to your benefit. And they're already there, so why not? So that's there. That's your moon cycles and your forecast of what's coming into your moon cycles for the month. Let's get into story 3 here, and then we're going to conclude with your messages from heaven. The first thing they want to talk about here in story 3 is if you are a working female or the working softer energy, because males can also be softer energy. Very passive energy. Well, let me just put it that way. Very passive energy, usually female. Coming in work, they show that there is a weakness going on in December. I don't know exactly what that's going to be for you. I don't know if they're trying to say, I mean, they show you in a fine position. They show you upright. They don't show you blocked or anything, but they show weakness is involved. I have the strength card inverted, which basically means weakness. So there's something going to come up in December that might just be a trigger point for you or make you feel like you don't have everything you need to, like, you know, you're not complete or you need more before you do something else. The universe is saying that's not the case. They just want you to act from the place of strength instead of weakness. So this is very job related for a lot of Virgos. They want to remind you in the Oracle Angel card that all is actually well. Everything's happening the way it's supposed to, with hidden blessings that you don't understand right now. And that's interesting because I literally said the same exact thing there in story 2. So you can see how these can kind of merge together a little bit, and that's how general readings can actually be accurate. The other part of this story here is that there's hangups. There's a lot of hangups going on here. It's interesting because they show that the money is starting to get warm. Things are heating up. It shows moving out of a bankruptcy phase. So moving out of like kind of abandonment and like empty money or empty family, whatever they're describing here, is becoming more abundant. It's not happening at the snap of a finger, but it's starting to accumulate. It's starting to grow. Very financial message, especially since we were talking about work and, you know, working females, that kind of stuff. Finance is usually attached quite closely to work. I mean, that's how most people make their money, is through work. So we have this hung up energy, and that just might be because you're very hung up at work in the month of December, which makes sense because it's the holidays. Over here I have the Five of Cups. That can inverted. That can be the return of a friend, return of somebody from your past. It's also a perception thing also, where, you know, they want you to view all the things, all the rewards, all the good parts about this situation instead of looking at the bad. So it's very much perception and what you want to attract, because by looking at the bad, you're going to attract more bad. So it's kind of like the law. It's, you know, the universal law thing going on there. There is an element here of social health, social emotional health, that is very important for you Virgos for December. So perfect month to go out with your friends. Now, specifically in this deck, they show it as 2 people going out. So you may be spending a lot more time with one person than usual, and that's okay. But it shows it as being very socially fulfilling, very emotionally fulfilling for you guys. So absolutely you want to push to do that. They don't show that as a problem. So, you know, spend time with that person. For some of you, that could be your love relationship, your partner, you know, and that's fine. For others of you, this may be a close friend, or like I said, I brought up return of a friend. And if it's that, of course that makes sense. You know, somebody pops back into your life. Let's say, you know, Jessica moved back into town from, you know, out of state, and now she's living in your town again. Now you guys can hang out all the time, you know. Okay, wonderful. So that's kind of the return of a friend, and also the social interaction card, social emotional health going on there. But at the same time, there is hangups there. So just keep that in mind, that things may be progressing a little slow in December. And in all these different ways. And I think it's mostly about that financial growth. I think that's just going to take some time to kind of accumulate and grow. So they want you to pay attention to the process, to the time. Don't get too don't saturate yourself with time limitations here, is what they're telling me. They're telling me to just be a little loose here, you know, kind of don't worry about it so much. Be a little aloof if you have to be, and do whatever it is so that you can kind of just enjoy the month, really. Just enjoy it. Whatever it is for you. For a lot of you, they're showing social health. So that's what we have there for story number 3. All good stuff there. Just very interesting. Interesting spread for Virgo this month. So we're going to get into your messages from heaven. That is a doozer of a spread. I'm actually going to reshuffle just in case they want to use some of the cards that I already have used. I don't think I have to, but I'm going to do it just in case, because I would rather be thorough than not. So I'm going to cut out to spare you the boredom of watching me do that. So I will be right back. Okay, Virgo, I'm back for your messages from heaven. They already let me know way before we even started this that this was going to be a mail coming through. So that's how I know that, just in case you were wondering. So now I'm doing my ritual cuts the deck into 3 pieces, puts it back together again. I do that for all the spreads every time. So let's get into your messages from heaven here. This represents the person. And then here's the message itself. We do 1, 2, 3. Tack-ons if needed. Yeah, there's going to be a lot here, so I'm going to get some more cards. I really should have done the overhead here is what I'm thinking. I should have just showed you this go on. But it's okay. I'll describe it. I'll do what I got to do to describe it. The very first thing that he comes in saying is he wants it's a very, very money / health motivated. Let me see what else we got for that. It's going to be different for both. I have the pentacles, and pentacles are always tough to read because it's money. I mean, a pentacle is a money. It's like a coin, but at the same time, health also falls into pentacles. So the first thing they talk about, this male talks about, is he comes through saying, you know, really nurture your health, really nurture your finances, probably health. Like almost like don't end up like me. Like take care of yourself so you don't end up like me. Very, very strong on that vibration. Actually, now that I'm touching it and feeling it, that's kind of more what it feels like. Over here we have the split of energy. He's really talking about like really stop spreading yourself so thin. You really got to narrow this down. You got to focus on one thing. Get a little tunnel vision right now. He doesn't want you to end up kind of laying on your back looking up at the sky. I guess that's one way of saying, you know, dead or like me, or you know, just kind of going through the chaos and the war and the turbulence. There's something with work coming in blocked here. This is a new beginning of some kind, so I don't know if the advice is to not do anything new right now, but there's something blocked with new work, new business, new retirement, new schooling, new learning something new. Something like that is coming in blocked. So he's either saying don't do this right now, or perhaps going back to spreading yourself too thin, trying to do too many things at once. It's just not a good time to do that one, is what he's saying there. Just way too binding, way too constrictive. Over next we show the moon card. That's showing like, you know, a really tough time. Really tough, turbulent time, kind of doesn't make sense. He's talking about your love corner here. Really wants you to open things up, not to hold back, really kind of open your heart. Comes up quite a bit here. Open your heart chakra, open up your honesty, be truthful about what it is you desire and what you expect, what you want. He really wants you to do that. For some of you, you've been holding back and kind of hoarding this to yourself. He doesn't want you to do that. He says open it up. Next I show a woman card. So this is specifically, he's referencing a woman here. Now, for some of you, this could be you, or this could be, you know, the woman that he was attached to or something like that. He brings up something is not pure. Something is toxic here. So, you know, like almost like a cancer, or there's something here that needs to be addressed, you need to look at, or that somebody needs to take a closer look at here. That's what they very much show. Taking care of other people. It's coming in blocked. With this queen. So very important there. Messages from heaven spread are always so fascinating because they're very specific, and it's always like, well, how are they going to get this through to make sense to a lot of people? And of course, it's not meant to make sense to everybody, but it's supposed to make sense to a few of you at least. So this is how they wrapped it together to give you a piece of something from a deceased male that really wants to get some of this information through. So if there's a woman who's going through some hard health times, more tests may be needed here. He wants you to take a deeper look at this, deeper dive, something like that. So that's what I have for the messages from heaven. Like I said, always very interesting stuff there. I also want to let you guys know about the newsletter program. The newsletter program, everybody signed up for my newsletter got a free reading this month. I do that once in a while. So make sure that you're signed up for the newsletter too, so you don't miss an opportunity like that. It's easy, it's free, it's at the very bottom of my website, scottsagent.com. You enter your first name, last initial, email address, send it off, and you're part of the email group, the newsletter group. I only send one newsletter each month. It's just for updates and promo codes, save you guys money on readings, all that good stuff. No brainer. Also follow the Facebook page. I do another giveaway on Facebook every single month, right around the 20th and the 21st. All that is linked up in the description of this. So if you're trying to get to any of it, it's really easy to do so. So make sure you take advantage of both of those. So that is going to wrap us up here, Virgo. I thank you for sticking with me and looking through all the different stories and also looking at your messages from heaven. A very interesting spread for December. Lots to look forward to in December as well as January. I have something very special for you guys in store in January, but we're going to talk about that at a later time. I will see you all then, if not sooner, and take care and enjoy the holidays with your family.